Question number 2 this week comes from Tony Parks. And Tony says, Brian, where have you been? There's so much to talk about, and I'm anxious to hear your thoughts on everything that has happened. I listened to your review of episode 9, and although I enjoyed the film for what it was, I understand where a lot of your critiques came from. Do you think the new CEO at Disney will take fan complaints into consideration moving forward, or do you think everything from now on will be made on the seat of their pants with no plan? Thanks for the question, Tony. I have to believe that they're going to start planning some stuff out. I have to, because even Bob Iger and Kathy Kennedy had to look at episode 9 and go, oh, God, no, let's just get this thing out. Let's just do it. I said during my review for Rise of Skywalker, and if you guys haven't watched it, or if you guys aren't going to, this is basically how I feel the whole plan for the sequel trilogy went. I think they started strong with episode 7. It really boosted their confidence. 7 was pretty well received. It wasn't perfectly received. It wasn't universally loved, but it was pretty well received. Last Jedi came along and they wanted to do some bombshell twist, something that had never been done in Star Wars before, and I think it fell flat with a lot of people. Well, it's obvious that it fell flat with a lot of people, but I think at that point they took a step back and went, oh shit, we fucked up. We just need to get this trilogy done, wash our hands of it, and if it sucks, it sucks. If not, then cool, but let's just wash our hands and move on to the next thing. And I think that's honestly what happened. You know, with JJ talking about how his whole plan was to bring Palpatine in the first place, I don't buy that. I don't buy it at all. I don't think there was... I think, honestly, after Last Jedi... Now, don't get me wrong. I think Rian Johnson went in a direction with Star Wars that they didn't think he was really going to go. That JJ had no idea of. Don't get me wrong. I think he went just out there. But I don't think... I think it's naive to believe that JJ from the beginning was like, no, we're going to bring the Emperor back. We're going to do that. That's got to be the big baddie, right? No, that's not the plan. Because the original plan was JJ to do 7, Rian Johnson do 8, and Colin Trevorrow to do 9. And we've read Duel of the Fates. They released it. He leaked it. He leaked his version of Episode 9 that they were going to go with, and the Emperor's nowhere in it. It's nowhere in there. So you can't sit there and tell me that that was the plan all along. The Emperor was never part of this plan. He was shoehorned in to get fans back on board, and they had to come up with some way to bring him back that made sense, and making Rey a Palpatine I don't want to say it made sense, but it made sense. That was the only way they could really bring him back and explain why he was back. So I think moving forward, I have to believe that Disney is going to take this stuff into consideration, and they're going to actually plan what they're doing. I have to. If they're taking look with this High Republic thing, it's a series of books, and they're treating it like a film. They're doing storyboards and concept art and idea boards, and they're getting everybody in the same room together to brainstorm. If they're doing that for a set of novels, you know they have to be thinking about doing this for the films. They have to be thinking about it going forward. Because honestly, they missed their mark with the sequel trilogy, in my opinion. I think that, like I said, I think they started strong. I think they really could have nailed it if they had... It's kind of a blanket statement. I really think they could have nailed it had they just kept their head on... If they'd have kept their head on, turned on the right way. I think they could have done it. But I think they... Like I said, I think they really thought they had something with Last Jedi, and then it just derailed. So I think this new CEO, I really do believe he's going to take a new approach to these films. And remember, Kathy is still in charge of greenlighting everything. I know everything still has to go through Bob, but it's going to be Kathy making most of the calls. I think you're going to see a completely different process when it comes to making Star Wars content from here on out. And I think this High Republic thing is complete evidence of that. I think that right there is them coming out saying, "Hey guys, look, we get it. We're planning something big. We're gonna carry this process on throughout all of our franchise from now on." So I think you can rest assured they're going to have a plan from now on. But you still have to keep in mind too, though, and I keep coming back to this, and I keep having to remind myself of this. Yes, episode 7, 8, 9 were made by the seat of their pants, but they still made $1 billion fucking each. And it goes back to, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So did they really learn their lesson, or did they not? There's two sides of me that are just warring back and forth. I want to be the optimist, and the other side of me just wants to be the realist. And it's I guess, like I said earlier, we're talking about Bob Chapek. We'll just have to see how it goes. So thank you for sending in the question, Tony. Guys, let me know. Do you think Disney learned their lesson with the sequel trilogy? Or do you think money talks more than fans? Let me know, guys. I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. Thanks for sending it in, Tony. I appreciate it.